Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 6th episode of Hunter x Hunter. Last episode, we pretty much finished making our way through the Swindler Swamp, the foggy, horrible place, with strange creatures and monsters all over the place. And, after seeing some good examples of what Hisoka can do, we kind of just finished up that part, and we should be at Phase 2 now, and we will find out what it is soon enough. We don't know what it is just yet. All I did was get up to like the walls. We haven't even went to the gateway just yet. I don't think so. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll be the tournament arc that I'm expecting. Maybe it'll be something else. I guess we'll find out. 3, 2, 1, play. And we met some of them in that swamp, so yeah, they're no joke. I really can't help but think about Made in Abyss during this part when it talks about all the strange creatures and stuff. In adventures, seeking treasure, having to deal with all of them. I know Made in Abyss didn't invent that concept or anything, it's just, I don't know, it just reminds me of it. It's obviously a very different show than that, but... Whew. But yeah, we're on episode 6, so we're practically to the show, really. Wonder if Killua will teach Gon how to ride a skateboard at some point. And then maybe Gon give him some fishing tips. Departure. Fit in. So we're gonna recap this bit, I see. You really should not seem that happy when you're choking a child. You really shouldn't. Yes. A surprising challenge. Why is it surprising? Like, nothing in this exam should really surprise anyone. So that's a bold claim. Like, I don't know what could happen that would actually surprise me with this. Yeah, because he ran off with him, so he would know where he was, so... Glad to see he made it alive. Do you not remember? Yeah, probably not. Yeah, Killua, of course he made it. Not much faith, huh? Yes. I don't think you have any room to talk, Killua. That's what I'm here for. So are we gonna get like a new examiner for the second phase, I guess? If that's the case, I'm curious what they will look like. It's Mario's castle? Okay. Nice to see you. Menchi. I'm a bit more excited to see Menchi, if I'm being honest. Somebody's hungry. Be careful, Menchi. But yeah, I do approve of her outfits. Okay. I was proven wrong, and they were able to surprise me. So basically, phase 2 is to satisfy this girl. Okay. I feel like I'm watching Kimono Friends all of a sudden. I don't think you should underestimate this challenge. I mean, there's nothing wrong being a gourmet hunter, I suppose. Wow, that is something. Pork. I'll be right back real quick. Okay. I understand. Wow, dude. Who needs a gong when you got this guy? Okay, so that was a little bit deceptive. So yeah, they said that, judging by what the other examiner said, yeah, we can't expect a lot of people to pass this phase. I guess the one species of pig is going to be a bit difficult to deal with. Well, some people don't seem that concerned. Watch out, going. Oh, ow. Already? Really? Oh, wow. Those are quite the snouts. Not a good sign. So I guess it is an eat or be eat world. What are you running away for? You're supposed to kill them and eat them and use them as ingredients. Come on, guys, this is a terrible start. Well, they're hungry, you know, like everybody else. I could tell. I saw that. Well, we'll just beat him up and eat him. Oh, damn. Wow, okay. Might be easier said than done. Okay. Did not look all that armored, so I'm surprised none of that did anything. Okay. Ow. So what do we do here? That was funnier than it should have been. I guess that's weakness, that spot. Nice jump. Boom, right there. Okay. Guess every enemy does have a weak spot. KO. Gun's got dinner. Makes sense. I get it. Still didn't look all that hard to me. Apparently word got around pretty quickly. I think we'll get, you know, more people passing than the one examiner gave them credit for, but it probably won't be a lot. Now we're ready for the second part of phase 2. The actual cooking. Well, there we go. Well, when you sound that confident, I know you're gonna fail, so... Maybe not. Oh. Well, if they disagree, is that many fails, or... I guess the reason why he's a lot fatter than she is that he's less picky, I guess. So far, you've given the same vote for everything, both of you. Well, a lot of them aren't really chefs, so... They didn't really come here expecting a cook, to be fair. So yeah, I guess you have to get a pass from both of them or to pass. I would like to volunteer, please. See what we can do. I don't think the flag's gonna get you any extra points. Oh. It looks pretty interesting. Of course, Kurapika does better. Well, no big surprise there. Oh, shots fired. I know, right? That's gotta sting. I should hope so. You just ate enough food to feed 10 villages. You can't just not pass anyone. What, being a picky eater? You can't just fail everyone. Okay. Not sure where we go from here, but it's not looking good. Menchi is a vocabulary word? It's not. When all else fails, just get violent and destructive. Well, to be fair, most of them aren't trying to be chefs. Okay, you may want to watch what you say, dude. She just scared me a little bit. So she's a very difficult to satisfy girl. Yeah. They're not trying to be gourmet hunters. A mere gourmet hunter. I know, right? That does kind of suck. Manny's angry. But she can probably still beat you up, or at least he can, if nothing else. And he just got bitch slapped through that wall. So yeah, I guess getting bitch slapped against the wall is preferable to that. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. That confirms that. All hunters have some fighting ability. Okay. Yeah, really, it's not a very good test. For several reasons, but... Okay, somebody's gonna come in and fix things a bit. No, that was an entrance. That was a really good entrance. I think Hisoka's impressed, although he's hard to read. Why is the bottom of his beard a different color? Does he dye it? Okay, now go spank Menchi for being a bad examiner. Yeah, you can't just do that. Wow. I can see what he's focusing on. Not that I can blame him. Yeah, I'm not sure why someone so immature was made an examiner for this. She should be. I'm glad you're aware of that. But yeah, what do we do, like, last minute? What do we do? I figured that much. Interesting. Well, that sounds easier. Mount split in half. Well, I guess that's a pretty fitting name. What does that do with boiling eggs, though? Oh. I would not want to eat a spider egg. I really wouldn't. Would anyone? Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I don't think that's a very fitting name. When I hear dream egg, I think of like a, you know, maybe a harpy egg or... Nice. Show us how it's done. I think she'll be fine. Now, how do you not fall to your death? Okay, I'm curious. I really don't think that's the case. Okay. It didn't even need like a big leaf or anything to make that happen. So I guess that's why she wears shorts as opposed to a skirt, so she wouldn't have to worry about it being blown up. Makes sense. No reasonable person, but a hunter could. Of course, they're all just all for it. You know, the children jump first. They'll get the rest of it, it's fine. I'll learn one way or the other, whatever you were gonna say. You do have to time it right. Yeah, I was about to say, you do have to time it right. She waited until the wind on her hair. The wind blew her hair a little bit before she let go. Well, that guy's dead. Yeah, might wanna... So, unimportant characters, let go. Yeah, just drop to your death instead. That's definitely preferable. Like, I don't know why they let go. They might as well have just held on as long as they could have. They can increase the chances of there being a wind in time. So I think that was a pretty stupid mistake on their part. And blow up. Gon looks so happy to get the egg. Anyone else want to go for it? I don't think Troids should jump off a cliff into a spider-infested crevice. I don't believe you, but okay. I refuse to believe a spider egg could taste any good. But as long as you're enjoying it, you know, more power to you. I wonder if you've converted anyone into aspiring gourmet hunters. Okay. Damages for sure. Okay, so not too bad. It wasn't like 10 or 0, you know. So that's just it for the second phase. Even though phase 1 lasted a lot longer, screen time wise. If so, that's kind of unfortunate because if we're moving on to phase 3 immediately, that means getting a new examiner. Which is unfortunate because I was excited to finally have like a, you know, a cute girl in the show. But I guess that was short-lived. Wow. What is that face, Killua? Anyway, that was the 6th episode of Hunter x Hunter. And this episode, after spending, you know, a decent amount of episodes on phase 1, you know, we finished off phase 2, you know, pretty quickly, like within one episode. So, you know, a little bit disproportional as far as that goes, but you know, it's fine as long as we've all passed, all the important people passed, which it seems like they did. However, things initially did not look too good. Our examiners were Menchi and Butayaro. I don't remember exactly what the other guy's name was, but both of them were the examiners this time. We had 2 instead of 1 for whatever reason for this one. And they're basically gourmet hunters, which I guess is a different type of hunter as opposed to the blacklist hunter. So Maybe there's even more than those two. There probably are, but yeah, people didn't seem to have a whole lot of respect for gourmet hunters. I guess they're just seen as like glorified chefs. Not real hunters. Maybe they're kind of viewed like that. But I guess the point that she wanted to get across is that they're not to be underestimated because they have to get those ingredients that are very hard to come by. We saw an example of that in this episode, so definitely learned a bit more about what they do and their way of life. And just they really weren't the best examiners, especially Menchi, because what they decided to do for this exam was get our hunters to beat up a pig, the only pig available, even though they were said, hey, yeah, get whatever pig you can find, which was just kind of misleading because there was only one pig and it was the most dangerous kind to get. But yeah, they basically had to get the ingredients and then cook it. Now, it was very difficult to beat up these pigs because they were very tough, They kept attacking the nose and stuff, which wasn't doing anything. They had to go for the weak point, the forehead for massive damage. Once they saw that that's how you do it, everybody just copied it, and they were able to get their food without too much difficulty after that. And then it was just a matter of cooking it and making sure it was good enough for Menchi's tastes, which they weren't. Like, none of them were. One after another, they kept bringing the food up to her, and she just kept rejecting it all. None of it was good enough. And of course, the other one would just eat it all because he just likes food. He's not very picky. He'll just eat anything, which you can very much tell by how big he is. Like, he would never say no to a burger. That's just not the kind of guy that would do that. So basically, everyone got a pass from him, and a fail from her, which they had a pass from both of them to succeed, because they said you had to satisfy us both in order to pass. Yeah, nobody did that, which would mean that everybody failed. So the way she did this exam, that was just really bad because, like I said a couple of times, most of the people there, possibly all of them, well, none of them rather, I guess would be a better way to put it, none of them were planning on being gourmet chefs, gourmet hunters rather. So this test is basically completely and utterly based off of that specific type of hunter, which just wasn't a good test. It really wasn't, like, not at all. When she was talking about being a failure of an examiner, she kind of was, because not only was it very much a test that was skewed towards a very specific type of hunter, rather than being more general, it also very much based off of her subjective preferences, so really nobody stood a chance there, honestly. So it was just really bad. So luckily, the guy that was in charge was able to come in and kind of put an end to that and was able to get a more reasonable, test. Because there's nothing wrong with the testing somebody's ability to get ingredients, that part of the test was fine. There was nothing wrong with that. The problem is with the whole cooking, because that gets into a little bit too specialized territory. Because fighting monsters and killing them for ingredients, that very much overlaps with more general hunter stuff. But the cooking did not. That was a little bit too specialized, so that's where the problem came in. But I feel like I kind of repeated myself now. The point is that we were able to work something out where we went to just get the eggs, the spider eggs from the crevice, to and then just boil them. Pretty straightforward. So that was fine. Much less of a taste test sort of thing. Much more of a just to focus on the ingredient gathering. But yeah, that was a bit dangerous because you had to jump into the crevice, grab hold of the web, hope the web doesn't break before it's time, and then when it is time, you just make sure you can time it to when the wind blows up. So you drop, grab the egg, you blow back up, and you land on the ground. So that's all you had to do. However, easier said than done, even though it was still kind of difficult said, because you pretty much had to get that timing right, and some people did not. Some people just jumped, let go, and fell to their death, unfortunately. So yeah, some people just were too chicken to even jump at all, which I definitely understand. I would have been too chicken to jump at all as well. But yeah, Gon knew what was up. Gon's pretty good at that sort of thing, that kind of awareness type stuff, and him and his friends were able to succeed, and plenty of other people were as well. Well, not plenty of other, a decent amount of other people were able to succeed as well. It was funny how Gon's group basically jumped first, They didn't even finish listening to Menchi's explanation, they just went for it. And they didn't need it, I think all she was going to say was about the timing and stuff, probably. Which, they all dealt with that well enough, so it was all good. But yeah, the people that let go early, after already hearing about having to wait for the wind, but they still let go anyway, those people were idiots because, you might as well hold on as long as you can. I know it was kind of starting to give a little bit, but even if it only buys you a few extra seconds, you should hold on as long as you can to maximize your chance of not dying a horrible death. So, yeah, some people made some mistakes there. But, yeah, luckily, you know, the characters that matter seem to have passed, so it's all good. It's all good. See anything else really with this episode? Yeah, the guy that's in charge, his entrance was really cool. He just jumped down, hit the ground hard, smoke everywhere, and then you just saw the smoke kind of clear as he walked through it. Very, very cool opening entrance from him. And Menchi, although she was pretty much a failure as an examiner, I still kind of liked her. I definitely liked her character design. She had a really interesting hairstyle going on. Just had these, I don't know if you call them ponytails or what, but she had like 5 of them, like in each direction, you know? Had that, what'd you call that, kind of teal, aqua, I don't know what you call the hair color, but I like the hair color too. I definitely liked her outfit. She has those shorts, I think Daisy Dukes is what some people call them, but definitely appreciated the shorts. Definitely looked good on her. And just her entire outfit was pretty cool. Her overall character design, I guess I would say, is pretty nice. Really. Even though her personality could maybe use a little bit of work, but overall, I'd say I had a positive impression of her, even if I would never want her as my examiner, personally. But man, that dude really ate a lot of pig. Just so much death for that failed exam part. All pointless in the end, really. So, kind of unfortunate, really. See, and that was funny, like, there's no better than 403s, and Kurapika was so upset to hear that. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Just, I don't know why the flag was put into it. That did not help things at all. Not at all. But, yeah, I think really is about it on this episode. I guess that really is just it for Phase 2. If that's the case, then I wonder what Phase 3 will end up being. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.